Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, not yet. I'll let you go.
They're live. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming. My name is Alvin Moragori, and I am a community organizer in Councilmember Shama Sawan's office, and I'm also a member of Socialist Alternative. I'm excited to join the community here today at our community prep meeting for the New Hope resolution, which will be voted on today at City Council. 52 years ago, Seattle's political establishment forced New Hope Baptist Missionary Church and Black homeowners in this very neighborhood to sell their land under the threat of eminent domain to build the Spruce Street mini park right across the street. The city's political establishment sought the elimination of the Central District's vibrant Black neighborhood, which included working people and also Black small businesses. The politicians at the time set up what they called the Seattle Urban Renewal Enterprise, following the policies established during the 50s and 60s of creating so-called model cities, a euphemistic term that spells displacement and destruction for Black communities. And this made Central District ground zero for the rampant gentrification that's sweeping our city. Our office, along with Reverend Jeffrey, New Hope, Black clergy, and the Central Area community, is putting forward a resolution to demand the city return the land to New Hope and fund the $10.5 million to build nearly 90 units of affordable housing for those with community roots, mostly Black and brown folks who were displaced or under the threat of displacement from the skyrocketing rents from the greedy corporate landlords and developers. Our movement has sent over 200 emails to City Council urging them to vote yes on this resolution. We've been in the community at tables and at the doors discussing with renters, young people, community members, have passed out hundreds of flyers, and there's strong support for what we're fighting for today. How we'll win this is by organizing a grassroots movement of ordinary people, calling in, sending emails to City Council to demand the Democratic establishment stand with New Hope in the Central Area and vote yes on the New Hope resolution. We must demand today that the resolution is passed with no loopholes and no watering down. And most importantly, to do that, we must sign up and give public comment. Because this is something most working people don't do every day, I'm going to pass it over to Nick Jones, a community organizer in our office, to show you exactly how to sign up for public comment so we can be ready at noon when the sign-up period opens in about 25 minutes. Then we'll hear from Councilmember Sawant, Reverend Jeffrey, other faith leaders, and community members. And we'll also go over talking points so we can present a clear, unified message during public comment. And with that, I'll hand it over to Nick Jones.
Thank you, Alvin. One moment. And all the community that's able to join us here this morning, make sure you have like a smartphone or something else. We can all sign up together. The public comment sign up is going to go live right at noon. And usually like big business lobbyists, they love to pack city comment or with all their representatives. We need to make sure our voice is really present there. So we really like to ensure that we're the first ones really signing up. So make sure you can get on public comment. It's pretty simple. You just want to open your web browser and just type in pretty much in any web browser, Seattle public comment. It should be the first link right on top. If you're watching on the live stream, you should be able to see my screen right now. I'll demonstrate it here. Seattle public comment. You can see it'll be this top link. It'll pull up this page that says public comments. It's the Seattle City Council right at the top. Right at 12 in about 25 minutes. This page is going to go live. There'll be a form there. We're going to jump back to this page right at 12 so we can all fill it out together. Make sure we check all the boxes and sign up together. But that's about it. Just want to make sure everyone's ready so we can all jump on the list right at 12 o'clock. And with that, I will now send it back over to Councilmember Swan.
Morning, everyone. First of all, let me just say this is so wonderful to see everyone here and for us to be together signing our public comment and speaking together as a community. This makes me and everyone in our office so happy. And I think it's a great example of how ordinary people, community members, especially communities of color, can come together and advocate for something that we all believe in and something that we know will be extremely beneficial to our community members, especially those who have been pushed out, those who've been displaced because of skyrocketing rents, not to mention the historic racist redlining laws. I mean, it was legalized at that time. And right now, we don't have any legal racist redlining, but we do have what other leaders have correctly called economic redlining, meaning just because of the rents being so high, all because a few guys at the top want to make more and more profits, many of us are being pushed out. And of course, this is happening to the working class as a whole. But if you look at how disproportionate the impact is on the Black community, I think this is a huge priority. It is a real urgency. And that is why I'm so thankful to Reverend Jeffrey and the whole community at the New Hope Church, the United Black Clergy, and other faith leaders like Reverend Ying who have come together to lead on this. And this is, of course, not the first time. What we're doing right now is building on what we were able to win last year as part of the Amazon tax struggle, where we forced the city council to vote on expanding the Amazon tax. We didn't win everything we wanted to win through, but we did force them to expand it by a small amount, but very important amount to focus central affordable housing in the central district, dedicated funding for central district affordable housing. And we are building on what we were able to win last year. One important political update for you all is, again, not surprising to me or Reverend Jeffrey or Reverend Ying. I mean, this is something that we expected. Unfortunately, this is the situation in City Hall, that most council members, even though they're progressive in name, they call themselves progressive, they're self-described progressives. Unfortunately, a lot of what's happening in the back rooms is not, I mean, they will say that they support this project, but they're doing everything in their power to undermine us winning this project. So we want to be very clear that public comment reflects that. And one update on this is that we have recently learned that they are not going to pass this resolution today. They have postponed it to August 9th. So today, one of the first things we want to demand is, why are you delaying? If this is crystal clear, if you say that you want this, if you say Black Lives Matter, and God knows they've said it 100 times last year, why is it that you are not letting this go forward without a delay? And they've also said that they intend to amend the resolution. And so we don't know what those amendments are yet. And our experience has been that unless there's a real community fight back, publicly calling them out, what they do is they don't reveal their amendments till the very last second. If we put pressure on them, though, then they will be exposed. They don't. What they want to do is to undermine this project, but then not pay a political price. Meaning, you still think that they are on your side. Well, let's take that away from them. If you're on our side, it's very simple for you to show how to be on our side, which is vote for this resolution in full. There's nothing complicated about this. Our city has become unaffordable, especially for the Black community. If you say Black Lives Matter, then support every effort for affordable housing. Let's make it very simple. Let's not accept all kinds of hemming and hawing and excuses that we are going to see. But it won't be very open. It will be a very back channel oriented, and things that I will hear or my staff will hear, but you won't hear it because they're not being open about it. We're being open about it. Whatever they tell us, we will tell you. They know that, because we don't want to hide anything from our own community members. So first thing we want to demand today is, why are you delaying it? And then if you say you're going to vote on it on August 9th, then we're demanding that it's not delayed any further. August 9th it is. This is the last time you've delayed it. August 9th has to be voted. The resolution has to be voted on in full. And I want to be clear, this is somewhat internal language, but there's a difference between a resolution and ordinance, meaning the resolution is a formal commitment. It is strong, but it's not as strong as an ordinance. So in other words, this resolution is only battle number one. We have to follow this resolution up in the autumn through the People's Budget campaign to actually win the dollar. So the resolution, by voting yes on the resolution, the City Council makes a promise, but it's an important promise and we can hold them to it. It makes a promise that we will fund the New Hope affordable housing housing project, and we will make sure there are additional progressive revenues to fund other affordable housing projects. That's what the resolution says, in addition to saying we condemn what happened in the past. But we don't want them to get away with just condemning what happened in the past. I mean, that's easy enough for them to do in today's day and age with Black Lives Matter movement, but that's not enough. They have to commit to funding this project, and they have to commit to funding other affordable housing projects for the Black community. That is what the resolution is demanding. We don't want them to change those commitments in the resolution, which absolutely they will attempt to do through their amendments. So the second thing we want to demand today in public comment is vote on it without delay and vote on it in full. We don't want any of the promises in the resolution to be diluted in any way. And then come autumn, we want them to actually fulfill that promise and fund the affordable housing project in full. And if you look at how much wealth there is in this city, what the project is demanding is peanuts. It's only $10.5 million. $10.5 million is too much for you and me, but it is not too much given how much wealth there is in this city, given how much money corporate landlords are making fleecing and gouging renters. So we want this affordable housing. And the last thing I'll mention before I finish is that one of the very common arguments that's made, and we've been on the city council for nearly 8 years. We've fought for and won similar efforts by the community for affordable housing. But a very common argument we hear from these so-called progressive politicians is, well, New Hope has a loud voice. What about other affordable housing projects? Beware of that argument. It is not an honest argument. It's a dishonest argument. It is a divide and conquer kind of argument by claiming that if New Hope gets the money, then somehow another community affordable housing project will be denied. Reject that argument at the outset. Talk about it in public comment today before they even go there. Today, they won't talk about it because it's not on the agenda because they've delayed it, but they will come up with this. And I have already started hearing it in the back rooms that, oh, well, New Hope has a loud voice. What does that even mean? We're fighting for our needs. Yes, we are proud of having a loud voice, and all communities that need affordable housing should build that loud voice. What we hope is to win New Hope affordable housing dollars and inspire other communities to fight for other affordable housing projects. In fact, we need more right here in the Central District. We can't stop with New Hope. So let's not allow them to pit one marginalized community against another marginalized community. We all need affordable housing because this city is becoming becoming a playground for the wealthy. So all of us who need affordable housing, we stand together. We don't let them divide us, and we don't accept these false arguments. We want New Hope to be funded, and we want other projects to be funded. So I hope public comment goes well today. I'm sorry I have to leave. I have to go to another event, but hope to see you all again soon.
Thank you, Shamba. So pretty soon we'll be able to sign up and give public comment at noon. I just want to make sure that we're comfortable and ready to make the most impactful statement we can have as a community. So when we're ready to sign up, printed out on this table are some talking points. To be very handy to have, all the information useful when it's time to speak, and also, the important updates that Shama just gave us. We want to make sure that, we're emphasizing that, they've delayed it to the 9th, make sure that's the last delay. And also, putting them on record, why is it that, they've delayed it when they say that they, support Black Lives Matter and this resolution. And we also want to demand that the city council votes yes to condemn, this racist redlining and gentrification, and commits the council to fully funding the New Hope Family Housing Project to build the 90 units of affordable housing. And the Black community in Seattle has borne the brunt of racist gentrification and redlining for decades at the hand of the political establishment and corporate landlords and developers. And we desperately need truly affordable housing. Just this year, rents have gone up at over 20% in the central district. That's right here, ground zero for racist gentrification. Rising rents are the most common reason for displacement, evictions, and homelessness. And we all know that this disproportionately affects the Black community, which faces a 4.5 times higher eviction rate than white Seattleites. The housing and unaffordability crisis has only continued to deepen, and we know our communities need much, much more. We need to increase the Amazon tax to pay for even more affordable housing in Seattle, and we need rent control. Immediately, I urge council members to, community members to fight alongside Councilmember Sawan's office to win two crucial renters' rights. One requiring landlords to give 6 months notice of any rent increases and to pay their tenants compensation if they force a tenant to move out because of increased rents of over 10% or more. And we know the city establishment will not do this on their own accord or out of the kindness of their own hearts. We have to build a movement and pressure city council members to pass this resolution and stand with Central area and Black and Brown communities. And the same way that the community came together to save the Central District Post Office, to ensure that the Central Area Senior Center remained in community hands, and the Liberty Bank building, including 115 affordable housing units, giving priority to displaced Black community. The same way we mobilize a community then is the same way we're going to mobilize a community now to win this New Hope resolution. And with that, I'll hand it over to Reverend Jeffrey.
I think we're ready to sign up now. So,
10 more minutes.
okay. Yeah, I just want to say that I want to thank everybody for coming out and to just continue to express how important it is for everybody to sign up, and how important it is for us to push this this initiative. You know, I'm very disheartened by some of the comments that have been, or some of the discussions going on behind closed doors. I know a lot of African Americans work for these people as aides, and they are not, some of them are not our friends. And I that's disheartening to me to hear African Americans talk against African Americans. New Hope Church has been in this community for over almost 80 years, over 70 years. And we've had our share of, as they say, ups and downs. And we've been a struggling institution. We struggled back from a fire, 2 fires. And we've struggled to keep our place in this community. Our voice must not be that loud, because it didn't prevent the kind of devastation that has happened to our church. We are simply trying to provide now housing for people. We're not trying to take advantage of anybody, or not trying to be the biggest voice in town. We're just trying to get what's rightfully due to our community and what's rightfully due to our church. It's disheartening to me to see African Americans divide African Americans, divide the African American community. I speak to those people right now who are the aides of the council people who may have said things inappropriate about our church, to please stop. Our church does not have as big a voice as any other church in this community. All we're trying to do is provide housing. In addition, that we also trying to make sure that other people in this community have opportunities to provide housing. And I think this notion that if you give to one African American group, that disadvantages other African American groups, is a notion that is used to divide our community. It's a racist notion, and to have it espoused by African Americans is very, very tragic. What we need to do, what council needs to do, is to move on this initiative. If they're not going to move today, they need to move on the 9th. They cannot continue to delay this. They cannot fault us because we are trying to do the right thing, and blame us because we are being insistent on doing the right thing, and by saying that we are in some ways, we are our own problem. I mean, that's insidious racism. It's institutionalized racism. And it's a shame that many African American aides are going along with this tragedy and this travesty. My hope is that council will understand that this is not a joke, but we are serious about New Hope housing, and we're serious about the things that are outlined in the editorial. And we hope that the city of Seattle understands its complicity in all of these things, that it is complicit. It is complicit in what has happened, and it's complicit in what has happened to New Hope Church. And we take that very seriously. We think it is a crime what has been done to our church. committed a crime to us and we cry, don't punish us for being loud in our cry. I mean, so, you know, I mean, this is very insidious stuff. And I just, it's hard to sort of navigate your way through this because it is historically what is done to poor people, what is done to people who are on the bottom. And so, but we are here today to ask everyone to sign up. First of all, sign up to speak at 2:00. I want to thank all of the people who came out today, who are here to sign up. Please, everybody, sign up to speak at 2. And at 2, we will make our voices heard, and we will continue to make our voices heard. And I mean, I don't know how loud we have to be or not be in order to be not heard. I mean, I guess the louder you are, the more you're not heard. I don't understand what this insidious, racist, contradictory positions that the council aides are taking. I don't understand it. But what I do know is that we need housing in the community. Our church is poised to do that. We've done the work. We put the work in. We've come back from 2 fires. We've come back from all of the devastation that has happened to us in this community, and we are still here. We're not going anywhere. And we demand that whatever has been done unjustly to the church be undone. So let's do this. And I encourage all of you who will stand with us, please stand with us. And those African Americans who are talking against us, we know who you are, please stop. And let's do this as a community. Let's do this together. One of the things about New Hope, we do not voice any opposition to anybody in this community. If you're Black, we're for you. If you're trying to do the right thing, we're for you. We might have some objections to people who do bad things to Black people, but other than that, those are the only objections we've ever had. We've never been on the front lines being negative toward any African American organization or group. So I would hope that the same thing will be done for us. So sign up, please, and let's move forward. Let's hope that we can move. The council will do the right thing. We're not stupid people. We know how to read, and we know when things are being done to us that are wrong and racist, and we will speak out about that. Please, council, do the right thing. Let's have the initiative that Councilwoman Sawant's office has put to the council. I hope you will vote on that and not amend it and weaken it to the point where it has no power or resolve. Thank you very much. And let's do this. Let's do this.
All right, we have just a couple more minutes before sign up begins. So why don't we have a little chant? I know some of us joining us on the live stream don't see, but we have community members here. It's a beautiful day. The community is ready, riled up to give public comment and really, urge that the city council vote yes on this resolution when it does come for a full vote. And today we're going to be demanding that they stand with the community and go on record to say, why did they, push for this delay? So I'm going to hand it over to Nick to go over how to sign up for public comment one more time. And then we'll all sign up. Then after that, we'll hear for some more community speakers before the 2 p.m. Council meeting begins.
Not sure we have audio enhancement, but I can try to do my best to really project, make sure. I can take my mask off as well to make sure that I can really be as loud as possible. And again, here, I'll unmute myself. My name is Nick Jones, I'm community organizer in Councilmember Sawant's office. We're making sure everyone here is able to fully participate in the public comment process. And again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Hopefully, everyone has the page to sign up for public comment pulled up on a computer or smartphone. Again, And if you're watching, hopefully you have that tab ready as well. We have about 4 or 5 minutes until it should go live. I'll be going through with everyone. Yeah, any browser, you should just be able to put in Seattle public comment. Also, yeah, if folks are here live, you'd like to sign up, we'll have a laptop ready. You can use that as well. I know personally, using my smartphone, trying to do all the menu navigation on the small screen can be pretty difficult. So we'll have a laptop set up right here if anyone wants to use that once we kind of get the ball rolling. Folks at home, hopefully you have that tab ready. I'm going to share my screen so we can all kind of be following along. I'm just going to be refreshing the page, trying to make sure that as soon as we have access to be able to get our voices signed up on this public comment, we will do so. One moment here. There we go. All right. So everything should go live pretty shortly. I'll be refreshing. I'll let folks know once we go live. And Reverend Jeffrey has asked me to be able to sign him up, so I'll be doing that as soon as everything is good to go.
If you need help, give us your email and your phone number. We can do it.
Yes. Reverend Ings just said if you need help, just give us your email and phone number. We can do it. Sorry if you're at home. We can't really do that, but hopefully everyone can follow along with us. And again, just to kind of go over even some of the, we'll go strong talking points, like really some other speakers have gotten into this, I think, incredibly well. Councilmember Swan, Reverend Jeffrey, and Alvin have all kind of gone over this. But definitely when you sign up, they're going to ask your name. Definitely say that you're, whatever your organization is, you know, if you're from New Hope, if you're from a different church, if you're from like community organization, that really shows that there's serious weight behind all our voices that are here today. We're not just, I mean, everyone's voice matters, but it also just shows that people have organization, and that creates a huge impact as well, right? So definitely let folks know if you're from an organization. Definitely say, you know, thanks to Councilmember Swant for bringing the resolution forward on behalf of New Hope and community organizations. That lets them really know that people are listening to who's fighting for them, you know, and also puts a ton of pressure on them. Definitely say that. And hopefully, folks, if you have like you know, the long history of racist redlining and the incredible affordable housing crisis affect all of us. We all have a story to tell. Definitely, we probably only have 1 minute, full disclosure. So we have to be punchy, but definitely, you know, bring in your experience, but also we want to bring in things like not watering it down, keeping the commitments to how things are currently. No delays past August 8th, 9th, absolutely. There's no reason to keep pushing this down the road. Like like Reverend Jeffrey really, I think, made very clear. It's a pretty straightforward piece of legislation, right? Like, community needs justice, and we should give it to them. There's no reason to push that down the road. And additionally, like, every day this city becomes more unaffordable, right? Right now, you need over $80,000 a year to afford a 1-bedroom in Seattle. That's completely untenable. Even with the $15 minimum wage we've been able to win, no regular working person could possibly afford this outrageous rents, you know? Like, I don't really know anyone that's able to make those kind of payments. And so it's desperately needed, this affordable housing, and it dovetails incredibly well with the incredible racist history of redlining that has befallen the Central District. I really wanted to say one other thing about kind of this divide and conquer stuff that Reverend Jeffrey was talking about. And we have about 1 minute till it should be live, so hopefully folks are refreshing. If they're saying stuff like that, you know, it's because they know a unified movement, a collective struggle is always what gets the goods, you know? And they're saying one voice is like too loud or whatever. We should totally reject that. Even looking at the posters, the Church Council of Seattle, NAACP, Bethany United Church of Christ, United Black Clergy. This is not just like one church having an outsized privilege, right? What they don't want is a ton of people fighting together to actually address the pressing crises facing the city. What they don't want is a voice that can be a beacon that can lead to more struggle. And that's what I think New Hope represents right now, is that we can point forward that when we get organized and fight, we absolutely can win massive things like $10 million for affordable housing. Like someone saying that's ton for a 10 million is like a ton for anyone, but small for the city. And we can really demand even more if we are able to use a collective voice. They don't want to see people. They don't want people to understand that when we get organized, we win. Yeah. And so we should absolutely reject that, push back and say, like, this is not just one church getting outsized privilege. This is our community. These are all of us demanding justice and a place to live in a city that's become unaffordable for all of us. It is 12 now, but I'm still refreshing it. If anyone else goes live on your page, definitely let me know. But everyone should be primed. We should all be able to sign up very shortly. Okay, it should be live. Folks at home, you should have the page live as well. Everyone who's here on your browser, you should be able to sign up. I'll show you. It's just pretty straightforward, but you're just going to put in your name, first name, last name, Reverend Robert Jeffrey. Ask for your email. It's important that you put in an email that is completely accessible to you because it's going to send you a link to that email so you can join the Zoom call too, which you'll be able to give your public comment. It'll ask for the last 5 digits of your phone number. That's how they will identify you once you are able to join the city council call. So yeah, just make sure that's something that's easily accessible for you as well. Then just click public comment. You should just be able to put it. It'll ask you what you want to address. Put in a brief blurb. I usually put something like, fund New Hope. I'm gonna put fund New Hope affordable housing. A little exclamation point. Even if all of us can't speak, they'll see everything that everyone's what everyone put there when they signed up, and even that can help really put pressure on them, seeing that there's dozens of community members that really want their voices heard on this. That really adds up. So hopefully, folks, been able to fill that out and submit. If you need help, again, right over here on this laptop. And yeah, if folks haven't already, definitely fill it out as we kind of go through the rest of the program. But that should be it. And I'm going to kick it back over now to Alvin. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Nick. And yep, like Nick said, public comment sign up is open. So please make sure you do that. And if you're here in person, you can just go over the table. Bia here is from our office, is ready to assist you and help you in any way that you need to make sure that you're able to give public comment once the city council meeting starts at 2. And we still have a couple more speakers, a few more community members here. And I'm joined with Deacon Riggins here, who's gonna, emphasize again how important it is that we all, give public comment and stand in solidarity with New Hope and the Black community in Central area.
My name is Deacon Curtis Riggins. I'm a member here at New Hope Missionary Baptist Church. And I just hope that you guys pass this resolution for the church to have this affordable housing, because we need it in the neighborhood. And I am the chairman of the Deacon Board at New Hope Missionary Baptist Church. So it'd be real appreciated if the council passed this resolution for the neighborhood here at New Hope Missionary Baptist Church.
Hello, my name is Attorney Shirley Anderson. I'm the former president of the Seattle King County NAACP, current vice president of the regional. Of the regional NAACP. Let me start that again. My name is Attorney Shirley Anderson. I'm the former president of the Seattle King County NAACP and current vice president of the regional NAACP and chair of economic development, where we are urging all of you to call into council today at 2 o'clock for the urgency of now. We cannot allow this resolution to be delayed. There are folks who are struggling right now. Historically, we know of the past redlining atrocities. Black folks have good financial management. We got to do away with the rumor that we don't know how to handle our money or keep our property. This is an example where New Hope was able to show that there were deliberate, systemic, racist efforts of keeping property owners out of the Central District, which is absolutely devastating and shameful. We have a right to correct that, to correct the wrongs of the past by making certain that a resolution is passed to restore the funding, not just for New Hope, but to also restore the funding that's going to go towards affordable housing, that's going to keep Black folks and vulnerable communities home here inside of the CD. We want the city council to take urgent action right now to redress the wrongs and make certain that we're able to move Seattle forward without leaving
Thank you for that. Next, we're going to have Reverend Ying come up to give a few words. Before that, I want to lead us in a chant, get us riled up, ready to give public comment. So no justice,
No peace.
no justice,
No peace.
no justice,
No
no
peace.
peace.
No peace.
No peace. Let's go. Okay. So sorry, correction. Next up, we're going to have former King County Council member Larry Gossett, and then followed by Reverend Ying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Like Reverend Jeffrey said at our rally last week, this is just the beginning of an effort to repair the damage done by the city of Seattle against the Black community in terms of redlining this community, this piece of a historic Black community of Seattle. I don't know how many of you are aware of what has happened recently with the Bruce property in Los Angeles. The Bruce family was a family that somehow in the 1920s purchased property, a Black family, and kept it until 1962, where through eminent domain, the city of Los Angeles, it's right, their property is right on the water. It's just a beautiful piece of land. The city council of Los Angeles got together privately with the Ku Klux Klan of LA in 1962, and they managed to develop a theory about why the Bruce land had to be confiscated by the city of LA and used for other purposes. About 5 years ago, they started working the effort of getting it back. Last week, they won their case, and the judge awarded them $74 million to get their land back, because that's the current value. I don't know what the current value over here is, but the 10 million that we're asking for as a result of Councilmember Sawant's proposed legislation that we're going to be speaking on a little later today is an excellent start for reclaiming the right of Black people not to be exploited, not to be redlining, and if the serious is different, to start repair, to start a reparative process. I hate to use reparations because that scares white folks so much. How can these people who are not really citizens of our land think that they're due the kind of respect that would give them the right to have land that they worked 240 years for no pay whatsoever? It's audacious to them that we would ask for some reparations. But here in Seattle, we're doing that. Every speaker has spoken before, and I'm going to conclude on this point, has made this point. It's important that we not allow them to divide and conquer. Yep. To divide and conquer. They'll get other groups in the central area or elsewhere to say, well, we want land too right now. Why are you giving it to the why are you giving it to the New Hope Baptist Church, Missionary Baptist Church? What about us? We've been asking for 4 or 5 years. We can't allow that stuff to divide us. We're focusing on this. We didn't say this is the limit. We said this is the beginning of the repair process. We'll support other efforts later. Thank all of you very much for being here, because this is an important continuation of the effort that Councilmember Sawant and Reverend Jeffries in particular are leading us on in this effort. Thank you.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Let's do it.
Woo. All right, and next up we have Reverend Angela Ying of the Bethany United Church of Christ. So here we go.
Thanks, Alvin. Thanks, everybody. We're so glad. Keep signing up for public comment. We're here with a number of people and they're all signing up. So including myself, Reverend Jeffries, others, just keep signing up. Go to Seattle.gov and keep signing up for public comment. You can get it by Seattle Council, City Council, public comment. It's the first link. So keep signing up. We need to make sure our voices are heard, and then we'll all be speaking starting at 2 p.m. So really grateful for everybody. I just wanted to continue to share what others have shared, that we demand the city stop racist redlining and fund the New Hope project and expand Central District affordable housing. I've lived here for 30 years, and as a mother, a daughter, a sister, a pastor, and a neighbor, I know how important it is that we no longer get displaced, that we get a home, and that our Black and brown neighbors get to stay where they belong. I mean, so many years we've seen them live, 85% live in the Central District neighborhood, and now it's down to 15%. This is unacceptable, this is unconscionable, this is immoral. So we are standing together, and we will not be divided. We will continue to work together. I mean, we talked about international solidarity. Well, this is neighborhood solidarity. And as council member and Sawant and Reverend Jeffrey, myself, and so many other sponsors and faith leaders and community leaders and activists, hundreds of them coming together, we will make this happen. We are asking the city council to vote yes for the affirmative, and to make sure they vote for the New Hope resolution in full, no delays. Do it by August 9th. Vote yes and commit to affirm, and vote yes to fund the New Hope resolution. Fund the full 10.5 million. This is just the beginning. We all need affordable housing. We all work together to do so. Our New Hope resolution inspires all of us to work for so many others, individuals and communities, to get funding for affordable housing, because we as BIPOC sisters and brothers, as faith and community leaders, as activists in all traditions. And if you don't think you have faith, well, God has faith in you, because we're going to make a difference together. We will not be divided. We will stand together with the Central District, with our CD. And if the city council says Black Lives Matter, African American reparations matter, then fund in the city and the city budget the New Hope Baptist Church resolution for 10.5 million affordable housing. This is the beginning. Do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everyone who's joined us on the live stream and here in person. That concludes our program for this community prep meeting. So please, make sure that you've signed up. The sign up form is live now. It's really easy. Like Reverend Ying said, all you have to do is search Seattle City Council, public comment. It should be the very first link. Thank you to Reverend Jeffrey and New Hope Church and all the community members who have joined us here today. And if you're in the audience and you haven't signed up yet, please head over to the table. Bia is there and she can help you sign up if you have any questions or need any assistance. And yeah, thank you so much. And I hope to see you, hear you all at the public comment, which begins at 2 p.m. And we're stronger together as a community. We've won so many fights together, banding together with our movement building, fighting approach, bringing ordinary working people into this political process and demanding what we need, what we deserve as a community from the political establishment. And we've won so many victories, and we can definitely win this. We have the community by our side, we have history by our side, and we have justice by our side. And for those out in the audience today, we are going to be sticking around until 2 p.m. So if you want to hang around and we can all give public comment together, it'd be really, impactful if you say, we're here with community members. We can have, a little cheer going on to really, again, add to that pressure and build that emphasis that we need. So yeah, thank you again for sticking with us, and hope you have a great afternoon.